you guys, and welcome back to my living room. Today I want to talk about something that's been requested on a lot of the comment sections of my previous videos, and that is how I stay confident. Now, for years this has been something I've struggled with, as I know most girls and most young people do. It's really hard, especially in this digital age where you're constantly seeing beautiful people with amazing lives. It's hard sometimes to stay confident in yourself when you're constantly seeing these other people to compare yourself to. For me, self-confidence wasn't even an issue until junior high. In grade school and when I was younger, I was just a really big tomboy running around. I didn't really care what other people thought of me, and I'd come home from school and I'd watch SpongeBob and eat pizza rolls, and that was like my life. There was no problems, no drama. It was just, I had a really good childhood and I'm very thankful for that. Junior high rolled around, and that's when all the grade schools from my town converged into one. So there was all these new kids that I didn't know, and then the kids who I went to grade school with kind of like ignored me, and it was just this whole dramatic, horrible years of my life. I remember in junior high, there were a couple events that led to me really starting to care what people thought of me, and really just starting to feel not confident at all, and starting to feel self-conscious about my body. In a locker room one time in 7th grade, I was changing for gym class, and one of the girls in my class looks over at me and goes, "Are you seriously not wearing a bra? That's disgusting." Mind you, I had no boob. Wearing a bra would have been utterly pointless. I hadn't had my period yet. I hadn't even begun to start puberty. I looked like a little kid. But when she said this, everyone in the class turns around and looks at me and my bare chest, and I just felt so humiliated and so devastated that I didn't have boobs and that I didn't wear a bra. There's another time in junior high. This was at the peak of my Hannah Montana obsession, when I went to a football game dressed as Hannah Montana. After that, everyone kind of made fun of me for it and called me Hannah Montana, which I was kind of okay with because I really liked Hannah Montana, so I wasn't insulted that people didn't know my real name and just called me by that. I was kind of a little unaware that they were doing it in a way that made fun of me, but it didn't bother me too much. One day in science class, some kids are talking about me dressing up as Hannah Montana, and there was a boy in the class who I kind of had a little bit of a crush on, and he goes to me, he goes, "Really, Hannah Montana? You could never be Hannah Montana because she has a nice ass and you don't." Looking back now, that's hilarious, because when on any episode of Hannah Montana were they showing her butt? And second of all, I was 12 years old, I had a stick figure, I had no butt. That was also the first time I realized that butts were attractive. That blew my mind, but it also shattered my confidence to hear this from my crush and to feel like a little kid and just have him say it in front of the whole class. Oh my god, that was a low point of junior high. Another time in junior high, I didn't shave my legs or anything because I really just still felt like a little kid. Even though there were some girls who had boobs already, I just wasn't on that level yet. So I had really hairy legs. It was a really hot day, so I was wearing those cargo shorts with the plaid on them that were super popular in 2008. I was so pumped to wear them. So I'm in band class. Yep, I was in band. I played the French horn. A boy sitting next to me goes, "You don't shave your legs? That is so gross and unhygienic." Really, dude? Unhygienic? I wish I would have known about feminism back then, because I would have schooled him. But I was, a 13 or 12-year-old girl, so it just completely shattered me and really made me feel like I was gross and like I was unhygienic. And I just felt so constantly like I was comparing myself to other girls in school, whether it would be their bodies or their clothes. I did not grow up in a family that had money, so all my clothes were hand-me-downs or from Kmart, and everyone else was wearing Abercrombie and Hollister. My family couldn't even afford Nike tennis shoes. I was just wearing ones from Walmart, so I just felt so unworthy, like I was less than other people. High school did get a little better because I found a really good group of friends who are still my best friends to this day, and I really just focused on my studies. I said, I'm gonna get out of this town, I'm gonna get away from these people, and I'm gonna work my butt off and study really hard and get into a good school. And I did. I had really amazing grades. Every extra credit assignment possible. I was in honors classes. I really committed to my schoolwork. But when you're a teenage girl, a lot of your happiness, unfortunately, comes from if guys notice you or not. And that's not the way it should be. You should not value their opinions of you because that's just stupid. But it's just the truth, at least for me. And because boys didn't notice me because I was lanky, too tall, a little obnoxious to be honest. I was just kind of loud and I tried too hard to be funny. Which, side note, I've found that boys kind of are threatened by girls who are funny because they think they have to be the funny ones. So if you're a girl and you're cracking jokes and a boy tells you you're not funny, no. Girl, you are funny. He is just too dumb to get the joke or too insecure to admit that you are funny. So, that was my little side rant. Not all boys are evil. I don't think that. I'm just saying some. Anyway, back to the point. In high school, all my crushes were unrequited love. They were all, didn't even know me. I was too shy to talk to them, which that's partly my fault. Or I would ask like a friend to ask a friend if they liked me, and they would be like, her? Really? Alexandria? The freaking tall, weird girl with a bunch of acne? No. And then I'd be humiliated. I'd cry to Taylor Swift songs and, you know, eat a pint of Ben & Jerry's. I just remember being so sad that I was never the girl who boys had crushes on, and I was never the girl who got asked to a dance. Never went to a dance, and I kind of regret that now. Like, I wish I would have went to prom with just my friends and had fun. And I didn't even have my first kiss till I was 17. And I just remember feeling like I was so gross and so undesirable. But now I realize that is bullshit. Because you should not place your happiness on whether boys want to be with you or not. Because young boys are immature and they don't know what they want. Looking back now, my high school time was some of the funnest days of my life because I had an amazing group of friends. Oh my god, I don't know why I feel so like I'm gonna cry right now. Oh, it feels so good to like talk about this. I feel like I'm talking to my therapist or something. Anyway, looking back in high school, I had some of the best days of my life. Just being with my friends, and we'd go driving around country roads and blasting Rihanna and just, you know, going to Taco Bell after football games and having sleepovers. Like, I would do anything to have that again. But I couldn't even appreciate it in the moment because I was so self-conscious and so focused on, oh, I don't have a boyfriend, oh, boys don't like me, my life sucks. Like, I didn't even realize that my life was pretty great. I just valued other people's opinion of me way too much because I wasn't popular and because I didn't have a boyfriend. Whew. Kind of a long rant. When we get back on track, that's just like my background. I needed you guys to know where I'm coming from before I tell you how I handle it myself. And it's not easy. I mean, I have a job where I'm literally judged for my body and my face, and I'm compared to other girls constantly. Don't get me wrong, I love my job. I love being a model. I feel so grateful to have this opportunity that not a lot of people get. It is hard when your literal source of income is dependent on how you look. How I handle it is I just have a very thick skin and I separate my work life from my home life. Like, most of my friends are not in fashion. My boyfriend is someone who knew me before I was a model. I have a very strong sense of who I am besides modeling. Like, my personal life is my personal life and modeling is just my job. Now, I promise I'm finally done rambling about myself and I'm back on track on how to be confident, which is the point of this video. I said this in my other video, but I'm going to say it again. Comparison is the thief of joy. And like I said in my other videos, there are some girls on the internet with some banging bodies and beautiful faces and amazing lives, but that doesn't mean your life is any less. It's so easy to cultivate an image of yourself online that seems like the perfect version of yourself, but everyone has flaws and everyone has imperfections. We're all walking our own paths in life, and we all have our own journeys to go on. So you can't really compare yourself to someone else because everything they're going through and everything about their life is completely different than yours. So to compare is just a pointless ways to make yourself unhappy. Instead of comparing yourself to other girls, focus on yourself. Write down things you love about yourself, whether it's your eyes, or maybe you have really soft skin, or you're really kind, or you're an amazing cook. Just write something you love about yourself and just tell yourself every day that you're worthy of being loved and having a great life, and that you're beautiful and you deserve all the happiness in the world. And it may seem a little silly to be saying this to yourself. It may seem a little vapid and selfish, but sometimes you gotta have that in life. You gotta be a little selfish to be confident and to get what you want. I think it's also important to embrace and acknowledge your flaws. Now that I've been getting a lot of more followers, I've found I've been getting a lot of more hate comments, whether it's, oh, your forehead's too big, or you're too skinny, or your nose is too weird, or anything. But the thing is, I acknowledge my flaws, I embrace them, and that way no one else can use them against me. Like, if you have stretch marks, I say embrace it. I have stretch marks on my thighs, whatever, who cares? Everyone has them. You gotta embrace it and roll with it. Life is too short to sweat things like that, physical imperfections. It's way too short to be unhappy because of that. One day we're all gonna be old people knitting in an old folks home and watching daytime soap operas, and we're all gonna be wrinkly, and it's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter, if you had a muffin top or if you had acne. What's gonna matter is the life you led and the people you loved and the experiences you had. That's what's gonna matter. I've really found that for me, music helps me build confidence, and I think you need just one song, and declare it's your theme song. Pretend you are the lead in a TV show. The TV show is your life, and get that one song that when you hear it, you feel like you can take on the world, and that's your theme song. You already know mine's Stevie Nicks, and it's the most famous Stevie Nicks song, Edge of 17. But when I hear those opening riffs, I'm like, yeah, I can do it. Just like the white-winged dove, I can do it. Really dorky, really dorky. But you know what? Whenever I'm nervous about a casting or a shoot or just nervous in general, and I play that song, I feel like I'm a badass bitch who can handle anything life throws at her. So find that song that makes you a badass bitch. Also, I'm taking a page from Parks and Rec. Treat yourself. Whether it's a day where maybe you get your hair done, whether it's at a salon or you just curl it yourself, paint your nails, put on makeup that makes you feel good. Really important to love your natural self and have days where you just go completely makeup free and embrace your natural, beautiful self. But I think it's also kind of therapeutic to put on makeup, and then you do feel confident. Maybe you just have a really good cupcake. That can make you feel confident too. There's few things in life that cupcakes can't fix. I've also found working out has helped me become really confident because I'm using my body for its strength. To me, the best feeling is when you work out really hard and you're done and you're sweaty and you feel strong, because for me, a lot of confidence comes from having strength, and that just makes me feel good about myself. But every person is different. Maybe what works for me might not work for you. You also should surround yourself with a good support system. People who are going to be real with you and love you and accept you and help you when you feel low and when you feel down. And people who are just going to be really genuine with you. And even if it's not people in real life, even if it's online friends, that's okay. I think there's a lot of stigma with having online friends, people saying, oh, they're not real friends. Yes, they are. If it's someone you can open up to, share your insecurities with, and, be real with, then that's just as valid as a friend in real life. So just surround yourself with people who are going to be there for you. That, to me, has been what helped me be confident, is anytime I'm feeling down, I'll call my mom, because my mom is my #1 supporter and fan. My mom is just going to turn any bad day into a good one. Last thing I want to say before I end this mega rant of a video that's been all over the place is be the role model your younger self needed. When you think back to when you were in junior high or in high school or in grade school, or a time where you really needed a role model, try to be that person. Try to be the confident and kind person that you would have wanted. That's what I try to do. I try to be someone who my younger self would have liked and someone who my younger self could have looked up to. So that's all I got for today. I may have gone off topic a lot of it, but I hope you guys got something from this video. It might have been a little more intense and emotional than my normal videos, but I just felt like opening up a bit to you guys and kind of sharing some of my background and a little bit of my tips on how to be confident. I'm still figuring it out. I'm still young, you know, every day is a struggle. As the wise Hannah Montana once said, life's a climb, but the view's great. So keep on climbing. Please let me know your thoughts on this video, and if it was a video you didn't like, let me know, because then I won't make any more ranty emotional videos like this. If you did like it and want me to talk about something else, let me know, because for me it was fun. I felt like I was just, you know, at a girls' night, you know, talking to my friends. I want to make videos that are entertaining for you guys and make you guys happy. I have a ginormous pile of laundry that I've been avoiding putting away for like a day and a half, so I'm gonna go get around to doing that, because if I don't do it now, I'm never gonna do it and the clothes are just gonna get wrinkly. So I'm gonna do that. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will catch you on the flip side.